Hello, this is Alan Wheeler, and I'm here at my altar, candles burning, incense going, bamboo growing, crystals glowing, and uh, after 36 videos, I think it might be time to make a channel introduction as a theme starts to emerge. Um, I'm also thinking about introducing items from my altar once in a while here. And I have two cards that have been out for a while. These are from the Isis Oracle. And this one I drew when I first got the deck. And this is one that was pulled for me during a professional reading. And so I've left these out because this one, Serpent of Fire, if you read the guidebook by Alana Fairchild, talks about that serpent, that fire energy, that kundalini power rising up. And so I kind of think of that as the lower chakras energized. And this one was the Pillar of Light. And it talks about infusion of enlightenment and divine presence, which reminded me of the crown chakra. So it was so balanced, hitting me high and low there, that I left them out. And I have had a period, I felt, of expansion and growth. And those have helped me reflect on that and meditate on that. So that's an example of something I would keep out on my altar. I'm going to take off my glasses because the reflection's distracting even me. But as I said, after 36 videos, a theme seems to be developing for me, and maybe I'm ready to commit to a identity for this channel. And the first 10, and you can go to the video page on my channel and see them all there, but the first 10 were about my blended path. And on my website, I call myself a perennialist Christian mystic, and that was many months ago when I began that. And on a newer blog on WordPress, I think I identified myself as a, maybe similarly, but a perennialist Christian polytheist or something else yet again. So I'm in flux there, but that was, those first two videos were kind of charting that course and working through issues as they came up, as I expanded some of my ideas. The next 10 videos, I began doing some tarot readings, and there may have been two transitional ones about encountering Odin, and shortly thereafter I was doing tarot readings, and that was about 10 or so. And then the next 16 began with a video response to Natalia on her Ouroboros channel, and they were, most of them were either responding to the community, or they happened alongside of comments I was making, and as I watched others in the community posting videos. And so here I am, and the theme that seems to be emerging is tarot and spirituality. And I don't really feel led to doing deck reviews and flip throughs and that kind of thing. But the questions of spirituality and our personal paths are very interesting to me, and how they combine with the tarot cards. So the rest of this video, I just want to describe my hopes and goals for this channel, mostly for myself to think through this, and as it is interesting or beneficial to anyone else as well. So hopes. My hopes for the channel is that I will find a comfortable niche for myself. And two people who I've heard kind of give the reasoning behind their channels are Racine Artist Wilkinson and Natalia. And first of all, Racine on her channel, Almoon 513, has said that she doesn't have any motivation, any commercial motivation. She's not doing that channel hoping to make money. It's more of a ministry or a service, and that's the kind of motivation I'd like to have as well. Somewhat similarly, Natalia on her Ouroboros channel, when she introduced that, said that she only, I hope I'm quoting correctly or remembering correctly, but she seemed to say that she wants to do it only as long as it serves. She doesn't want to, she wants to present the content that's on her heart to share and discuss, but not to prolong or to push the envelope, if I'm understanding her correctly. And I really like that attitude. She's also, you can tell that she's very concerned about community and encouraging others to share and interact and to have a dialogue and conversation going on, which is also beautiful. So those are my hopes for myself as well. And now to the goals that I have, or ideas that I have, more strategically. And I have 4 of those listed, an appropriate number for structure, all you tarot readers. And the first one, the first goal or purpose, is to connect to deity and to document my path, so that I can look back. Now on my website, on my blended path, one of the pages is a blog called Breadcrumbs. And I think the meaning's a little bit different from how Natalia used breadcrumbs in her video about synchronicities, though that's a similar metaphor or analogy. But for me, the breadcrumbs, I was leaving like Hansel and Gretel behind me as I was going through so many spiritual changes. And I wanted to be able to look back and see where in the world I had come from, and how I had gotten from a conservative Christian belief system more and more expansive, until having great openness to a lot of different ideas, new ideas to me. And so that was one purpose. The other was to actually grow and connect with deity, to connect with the divine. And most recently, I've had some videos about encountering Hecate and maybe soon to come on connecting with the Morrigan. But that's one purpose. The second one is to think through theological issues. And that's more the swords aspect, the mental consideration. And is deity a reflection of the higher self? Or is it source and spirit coming through different filters, like white light through a prism, or just what? How does all these things work? Not that I can figure it out or know all the mysteries, but as long as that's intriguing, as long as I have those questions, that drives me to learn, to grow, to study, and so that's one of the purposes. And things like fate and free will, do they both exist together, or how do they work? And again, they may be mysteries, or there may be glimmers of wisdom that can be found through asking those questions. Number 3 is to study the decks and bond with the decks, especially ones that I've had that I've ignored, or if I acquire new decks. This would be a good place, I think, to share them and learn to learn them beyond just the new pictures or the new themes that they offer. And number 4, to actually express spirituality. And this would be something new to me, but I foresee tapping into energies. And I had a recent video where I felt Hecate was almost teaching me to channel, although I think I prefer the word tapping into or something else better. But this is something on my website, buried at the bottom of the sources page. I've got a little appendix, a link to some things I wrote. Odin answers 9 questions. And I felt in meditation that as I connected with Odin, answers developed to 9 spiritual questions that I was wrestling with. And so I recorded that there, but perhaps videos would be a place where I could express any, and I've done a little bit of synchronicities that I've seen, or things I felt imparted to me. I think I heard someone once call them downloads, transcendental downloads or something of ideas or information. So that this would be a good place to share that. So that's my introduction, tarot and spirituality. If this is a topic that interests you or grips you at all, please, by all means, go to my video page and look through the titles and see if there's anything there interesting. And leave comments if you have other ideas, disagreements, or confirmations, or any kind of commentary. But I'll stop here, and let me just say that it's my wish that you would feel connection in your real life friendships and communication, in your online communities, and on your spiritual path, that you would feel connection and communion. Take care.